Hello everyone, I am Richa here and today we are going to learn acrylic on canvas. And this is the beautiful painting which we are going to learn today. It's water lilies in a pond. And now I'm going to tell you what all material we required for this beautiful lovely artwork. For this water lily painting we required acrylic colors, brushes, water bowl and a color palette, or you can use some plate as well, hair dryer and a pencil or sketch pen for drawing and rough cloth. And here I am using a canvas for the base. You can also use 300 or 200 GSM sheet also. I am just using a canvas sheet. And for this we need a masking tape also to cover the borders. Okay, so I'll start directly with the colors. We don't need to draw here, we'll draw later. First we'll just work in the layers in this painting. We need to work in the layers, like first layer, second coat, third coat. So first I'm going to cover all the background and then I'm going to make the ripples. And later, at last, I'm going to paint these lovely water lilies. So for the base color, ultramarine blue and Persian blue, cerulean blue, cobalt blue, aqua green, permanent light green, emerald green or viridian green you can also use, sap green and white. These all colors are required for the background. And one more color is lemon yellow. Forgot to take out this is also required. So we are going to play with all these beautiful colors for the background. Basically we have to create lots of tones of green and blue in the background. For this I'll be using 8 number flat brush, and these are Camel brand also. You can use some other brand as well. So now I'm going to cover all the background space with like random patches I'm going to use. Sometimes I'm using viridian green, sometimes light permanent green, and we have to just put small strokes in the background. Any color anywhere you can apply. We are going to play with all these colors. Just small strokes, not too big. Sometimes I'm using ultramarine, and we have to overlap each color. We have to overlap it. Cerulean blue, aqua green, light green, and lemon yellow also I'm using here. And I'm not washing the brush here. I'm just using directly and without mixing any water into the paints. We have to use the color directly here. We actually need a thick layer of paint here, so we don't need to use any water in the paints. You have to just put small strokes. Now I'm changing my color to sap green. Little bit of lemon yellow again. Again cerulean blue. So as you can see how the colors are popping up so nicely. They are like merging also, and they are individually also they are visible. So we need this kind of base for the painting. Again I'm using ultramarine here and mixing a little bit with Persian blue. Again viridian green, aqua green, and we have to overlap little bit with each color. Like if there is a lemon yellow here, I'm just overlapping little bit on it like this. We have to blend the colors nicely. Again I'm using this permanent light green color. we need to create multiple tones of blues and greens for the background. Now for the top of the surface, I'm going to use light shades of green and blue. For this, I am mixing cerulean blue color and white color. And I'm making lighter shade of this blue. And I'm mixing little bit of water in this paint. Not too thin and not too thick, like medium consistency we require here. One more color I'm going to make here is white, and I'm going to use permanent light green here to make the lighter shade of green. Another light green, white, and little bit of viridian green. So these three colors I'm going to use for the top of the surface. First is cerulean blue and white, second shade is permanent light green and white, and third one is viridian green and white. Okay, so I'll start from the viridian green and white color from the left side of my canvas. And I'm overlapping on the blue here. Now I'm changing my color to light green, permanent light green shade. Again I'm changing my color to light blue. So the upper surface of this canvas, the background is very light. This is all I'm using blue because it's merging with green, so the different tone is coming out. So that's what we need here, the merging effect of green and blue. Again I'm using green little bit. Now I'm just filling this corner with some darker tones like Persian blue. One single brush I'm using. I'm not changing the brush here. For the entire background I have used this 8 number flat brush. Now I'm done with my background. Now we are going to dry this background color with the help of hair dryer. So my base color is almost dry. Now I am going to draw the ripple and the lilies. So I'm going to give a demo on the paper what is the exact shape of the ripple. So it's basically oval shape we need to make here, like this, not circle, like this. And the flower shape is something like this. This is the drawing for lilies. Okay, and the far away lilies are little smaller in size, and the nearby lilies are little bigger, and the bud is something like this. Now we'll start drawing on the fair. For this we need a pencil. You can draw with a pencil. I'm drawing with a sketch pen so that the drawing is clearly visible to you. So there are like 5-10 ripples and 10 or 8 to 10 flowers are there in the overall lily or overall pond. So this is the biggest ripple which I'm going to make on the right side of the canvas. Another ripple somewhere here. This is the smallest one. This is the biggest one among all. Few ripples are very small also. And on the top there are 2 to 3 ripples on the top also. I'm done with my ripples. Now I'll come to the flowers. These flower size is little bigger and this one is medium size and the far ones are very small. Now I'm going to start the coloring part of the ripple. For the ripples we need all the colors again that we have used for the background. Same colors we are going to use for the ripple as well. So these are the colors here in my palette. Now I'm going to mix water in each color and make it little smooth. For the background we have not used water in each color. Here we have to mix little water in each paint, each color. Like not too thin and not too thick. Medium consistency we need here. This is Persian blue, ultramarine blue, cerulean blue, aqua green, light green, Viridian and sap. And for the ripples we are going to use round brush number 6 and 1. Now I am going to tell you that why I am mixing water in the paints. First, for the background, we need thick layer of color for the background, and for the ripples, we need to do outline here, little outline kind of effect. So that's why I am mixing water here in the paint so that our brush will run smoothly for the outline. Okay, so my paints are all ready. They're all wet. I have mixed little water in the paints, not too thin and not too thick, medium consistency. And brush here I'm using is this brush number 1 and brush number 6. So I'll give a demo of first ripple here, the biggest ripple. This is the biggest one. So I'll start with this ripple. So we have to use all these colors here in each ripple, all the colors. I'll tell you how to use that. So any color you can take in your brush. Here I'm using cerulean blue with 6 number brush. And we have to make a contrast here. If suppose the background color is dark here, so I'll use the opposite color here. I'll use any light color. Like I'm using aqua green color here. Again the background is here dark, so I'm changing my color to Persian blue. Background is light, so that's why I'm using a contrast color like this. We need to just do outlining here, very thin strokes. I'll tell you a trick how to make thin strokes here. I'll give a demo on the rough paper. See, we need to hold the brush straight like this. So you'll get a very thin lines. See? Don't hold the brush like slant, like this. Hold it straight. See, the lines are coming so thin. That's what we need here for the ripples. So we have to keep changing the color very frequently here. Again, I have changed the color to cerulean blue. Again, I have changed my color to light green. So we have to just play with all these colors for the ripple. Sometimes I'm using ultramarine, sometimes I'm using cobalt blue. And at last I'll be using white color as well somewhere, just to give a highlighting touch. And black color also I'll be using here. So black is here to give a little depth in the painting. In each ripple we have to use black and white also, along with green and blues. So similarly we have to do all the ripples like the same color we have to use here. Just leave these top 3 ones, and rest of the ripples we have to use the same shades. Only these 3 ripple colors would be little lighter. That I'll tell you later. First let's cover all the ripples with the same technique. Now for the background, the back ripples, I'll be using lighter shades of green and blue. So for that I'm using cobalt blue, and I'm mixing little white in it to make the lighter shade of cobalt blue. One more color I'm using is green and white. And we have to mix little water in the paint so that our brush will run very smoothly. So here I'm mixing little water in the paint so that our brush runs very smoothly. So let's start with the back ripples. Now here I'm using light blue color first, and then I'm changing my color to green. I'm using light green color here for the back ripple. And lemon yellow color also I'm using here because it's very light shade. So somewhere I'm using little bit of lemon yellow color strokes as well. We have to just follow our drawing, those spirals. That's it, with different colors. Here I am using a little bit of cobalt blue also. So my ripples are almost done. Now we'll come to the flowers. So for the flowers, we need all the reds and orange and white. So I'll just take out color one by one. This is the crimson color. After crimson, it's scarlet, scarlet lake. Then permanent orange, and white. So these are the color that we need for the flowers. Now we have to make different tints of each color. I'll show you how to make the tints. See, this is a crimson color. I just took a little bit of crimson color and I'm mixing little bit of white in it. So we'll get a darker pink shade here. This is a darker pink color. After this, I'm just taking little red and mixing more white into it. So see, we'll get a little different shade of pink here. This is dark pink and this is light pink. Okay, so similarly we have to do with other two colors also. We have to make two tints of each color. This is scarlet color. I'm taking a little bit of scarlet and mixing little white in it. This is a darker red color. And again more white and less red. See, this is a beautiful light peach kind of color. Okay, so this is a pure scarlet and medium tone and light, dark, medium, light. Now we'll come to the orange. Same thing we have to do with orange also. This is orange and little bit of white in it. Now less orange and more white. Okay, so we got so many shades in our palette. So let's play with all these colors for these lilies. Okay, we have to use all these shades here for the lilies. I'll show you the technique how to do the flowers. For that, I'm using 6 number round brush for the flowers. Any color anywhere here also. This is some different kind of technique, and here I'm using thick color. I'll start with this big lily first. This is a dark pink color I'm taking for one petal. Now again I'm changing my color to light pink. This is the light pink shade. Again I'm changing my color to orange. So we need a variation in tones in each flower. Okay, so like this. I'm just keep changing the color. Here I'm using pure red as well. And we have to make the flower or tip little pointy. The tip of the flower need to be little pointy. And I'm using white also here somewhere to give a little highlighting touch. So similarly we need to do all the flowers like this only. And for the white you can change the brush. You can use 0 number or 1 number brush for the detailing of white. Now this is the detailing I'm doing here with the white. Little small strokes, thin strokes I am putting here for the white, giving a little highlighting here. So you can see how the colors are popping up. Each color is visible and they're merging also. So that's what we need here for each flower. Same technique we have to follow for other flowers as well. So let's do it. Here I'm not washing my brush. You can just wipe out with a cloth because we don't need much water here. It doesn't need to be little watery. We need thick layer of paint here. Little impasto. Impasto means thick layer of paint. And the tip need to be pointy. Don't forget to do that. At last I am changing my color to white. Little bit highlighting touch again. This you can do later also after filling all flowers, or you can do right now, it's your wish. I am doing along with it so that white can merge with red somewhere, pink and red and all the colors. Okay, like this. Small strokes we need to give for the flowers. And each flower color need to be little different. If you see in real also, there is a little different color tone different in each flower. So in this flower particularly I am using orange more and red less. I am using scarlet and red tones here for this flower. So we have to create little variation in each flower. So after doing all the flowers, we'll come to the stem. For the stem, I am using black color here in each stem. So this is a round brush which we are going to use for the stem. 1 number round brush, and black color I'm using here for the stem. And we need to make very thin line for the stem. A few strokes I'm just going to put here on the right side, top right corner with pink color. The same pink that we have used for the flowers, few strokes are here in the background as well. Just like random strokes. Here I'm using flat brush number 1. Along with a little bit of green and blues also. Can overlap little bit. And lemon yellow color also I'm using here for the background. Mixing with lighter green and light blue color to give a merging effect. Now let's come to the background again. Now we need to fill the background space with thin strokes, and we have to use all blues and greens to fill the background. I'm using 1 number brush here, 1 number round brush to fill the background space. Again we need all the greens and blues, any color anywhere. And here I'm just extending these ripples little bit like this. Again I'm changing my color to cobalt blue. Again I'm changing my color to ultramarine blue. We need to just fill the background with the ripples. This is cerulean blue. Again it's Persian blue. You have to just keep extending the ripples. That's what we're doing here, like this. Okay. Now I'm using black color, and here I'm using 1 number flat brush to give little depth in overall painting for the in the background only. Somewhere here I'm using black strokes, and inside the ripples also somewhere. And you can use Persian blue also to give a little darker tones, especially on the right side. You need to give little dark colors. And here as well, bottom area. With Persian blue and ultramarine blue, I'm just giving a little darkness here in the overall painting. First we have started with the blue and green, medium tone, then light tone. At last I'll be giving a depth with dark blues and dark greens and black. Now I'm giving a little light in the painting with white color. This is the last step of this painting. We need pure white color here, and I am not mixing water in the paint. Directly I'll be using white color. I'm just giving a little light here, putting small strokes. And now we need to make a stars here, little tiny thin stars with white color. Now I'm making thin stars with white color. Very small stars with very thin strokes in each ripple, like this. So we are done with this lovely masterpiece. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you so much.